Today, we're going to see if it's possible to weld automotive sheet metal with a flux core or gasless welder. The welder we'll be using is a Chicago Electric Flux 125 from Harbor Freight. It's inexpensive and simple, with just a wire speed setting, an on-off switch, and a temperature setting. They call it a volt-amp setting. On the inside of the cover are the recommended settings for the different thicknesses that you might be welding. The thinnest they go is 18 gauge. We're going to be working with 20 or 22 gauge, which is very common in a lot of vehicles today. First, we'll try the 22 gauge. It measures 0.030. The wire feed speed is set at 5 on the welder, and the temperature is on minimum. And let me wire brush that off. And we'll unclamp it. I think that did pretty good. That's the back side and the front side. So that welded real well, and that's the 22 gauge. And now we'll try the 20 gauge, which measures 0.035 inches on the same settings. Wire feed speed is 5 and the minimum temperature setting. And I'll wire brush that. And there's the back side of it right there. Good penetration, no holes burned through, and the front side. A little bit crummy right in there, but with practice, I think you could get a flux core welder working real well on this thinner sheet metal. After experimenting with the settings for a bit and welding different thicknesses of metal, I'm confident that this welder could be used for your DIY auto body projects. One thing I learned while messing around with it was not to be afraid to turn the wire speed up or down depending on my needs. It recommends 2 for 18 gauge, but the weld was inconsistent. The arc was not continuous. So once I moved it up to 5, that cured the problem. Also, try different settings for the minimum and max, the different heat settings depending on the thickness. Again, I think this welder is perfectly fine for auto body, and I hope you enjoyed this video on whether or not you can use a flux core welder for auto body. And if you did, and you'd like to get my latest videos, don't forget to hit the subscribe button.